ever met your elementary school pen pal IRL? I'm sitting in a coffee shop right now shaking because I might have just ruined the most beautiful thing that's ever happened to me. You see, last month I matched with this guy Roy on Hinge, and when I saw his smile, my heart did this weird flip thing like it recognized him somehow. We started talking, and he used these dorky smiley faces with dots for eyes and spelled definitely wrong, and suddenly I was 12 years old again reading letters from my pen pal, and oh my god, it was him. We'd written to each other for 3 years through this school program, and I kept every single letter in a shoebox covered in Lisa Frank stickers because I was that girl who fell in love with a boy made of words and doodles. When we met in person, I was terrified it would be awkward, but he walked in carrying his own shoebox of letters. His eyes were exactly the warm brown I'd imagined when he wrote about camping with his dad. We spent hours reading our old letters out loud, and his laugh was even better than I'd imagined all those nights when I was 13 writing him secrets. He'd written that he wanted to be an astronaut, and now he teaches 5th grade. The way he talked about his students made my chest ache with how good he was. We were falling into something that felt like coming home and finding an adventure all at once. He made me forget that 6 months ago I was supposed to marry someone else who shattered me into pieces. With Roy, I felt like that girl again, who believed love could be as simple as finding the right words to send across the miles. We discovered we'd both written time capsule letters to be opened at 30, and his birthday was in 2 months. And the way he looked at me when he suggested we open them together made me feel like maybe fairy tales were real after all. Then I found out he'd kept one letter he never sent, where 13-year-old him confessed he was crazy about me. I ugly cried in the middle of Starbucks because this beautiful man had been loving me since before we knew what love was. We started leaving each other new letters everywhere like we were making up for all the years we lost. I'd find them under my windshield or in my mailbox and fall in love with him all over again every single day. But then I messed everything up. I gave Roy my shoebox to hold on to, and he found this letter I never sent where I'd written about having a crush on stupid Jessie from science class and how maybe I should stop writing to Roy because Jessie was real and Roy was just words on paper. I genuinely thought I had thrown that out a long time ago. The look on his face the next time I saw him absolutely destroyed me, like I'd taken every beautiful thing we'd built and lit it on fire. I tried to explain that I was 13 and confused and that I never even went to that dance with Jessie, but Roy just kept staring at the letter like it was proof that what we had wasn't special. He said maybe he'd just been my backup plan all along and that he was in love with a girl who never existed. I wanted to scream at that moment because why couldn't he see that the girl who chose him over everyone for 15 years was right there begging him to understand? We fought and he said maybe 13-year-old me was right and left. A week later was his birthday, and I sat at the restaurant we planned to meet at for over an hour. I looked at my time capsule letter and realized he wasn't coming. I became terrified that we'd never open them together. My hands wouldn't stop shaking and I kept looking at the door. The barista kept giving me pity looks and I just desperately needed him to walk through that door and choose us the way I've been choosing him since I was 12 years old. I remember hearing the door chime and my whole body freezing up because I knew that if I looked up and it wasn't him, it would have meant the end of everything. And if I looked up and saw that it was him, I might break anyway. Full story on channel, linked below.